Okay, you finally made it, and now you are ready to render your grease pencil animation as a movie file. So if you know how to render animations in Blender, this is different, and that's because of the grease pencil brush strokes. So here's what we're going to do. Let me zoom in. We need a brand new window. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and press the letter N, and that's going to hide this toolbar over here. You can press N again and make it come back. Now we're going to come right up here in the top right hand corner and put your mouse pointer on these little diagonal lines. Not these in the very top, but this right here. You're going to left click and drag to the left, and that's going to split and give you a new window. Let's then take this new window, and you're going to look in the bottom left hand corner, and you're going to see this little button, and you're going to click on it, and it's going to create a pop-up menu, and you're going to choose Properties. So this is the Properties panel, and this is where we need to be. All right, now you're going to make sure that you're on this top first tab, and it looks like a little old-timey camera. And this is called the Render panel, and this is where you make all your technical settings for your movie. So here we go. So down here you're going to see a category that says resolution. You want to make sure that your resolution, the X and the Y numbers look correct. You also want to make sure that this little slider, this little percentage slider underneath it says 100%. Okay? Now mine is set up for 1920 pixels by 1080 pixels, and that is commonly referred to as 1080p or HD on YouTube. So make sure that that's all correct. For your frame range, you want to make sure that your start frame is on 1 and your end frame is the correct number. Now I have my end frame at 25 because I don't want this screencast video to be too long. Your frame rate down below it should say 24 frames per second, as that is the standard for most rotoscoping videos. Okay, now we're going to scroll down until we come to this category here called Output. And this is where you're going to give a name for your animation and a location to save it. So you're first going to come over here and you're going to click on this little folder icon. You're then going to, on the left-hand side, click on Desktop, and you're going to go ahead and give it a name. So I might call this Scribble Dance Rotoscope. I'll press return once, twice, and there we go. Now you can see down here it says that I'm saving to my desktop, Scribble Dance Rotoscope. And there we go. Okay, now you're going to come down here and you're going to see a little menu that says PNG. You want to click on that, and this is where you choose what kind of a file will your video or will your movie be. These are all images over here on the left. You do not want these for right now for this project. If you mess up this step, you will end up with possibly hundreds of images on your desktop, and your desktop will look like it exploded. So you're going to come over here to where it says Movie, and you're going to click on the last option here, which is FFmpeg Video. Now, if your movie options don't look like mine here, it's probably because you're using a different version of Blender. I'm using version 2.79 at the time of this recording, so you might be using an older version like 2.78. So make sure you are using 2.79. So I'm going to choose FFmpeg Video. Click. Okay. Last but not least, I'm going to come down here to where it says Encoding and click on that to open it up. And I'm going to scroll down, and right here where it says Presets, I'm going to choose this second one here, H.264 in MP4. You've probably heard of MP4 before if you spend time on YouTube. And that's exactly what it is. We're going to make an MP4 video. Okay, so this is all set up. I only need to do one thing now. Now to actually render this, what you're going to do is you're going to come up here to the top left and go to the Render menu. And under Render menu, you're going to choose this option here, Open GL Render Animation. And when you click it, it's then going to go through and it's going to play through all of your frames. And I only did 25 frames because, again, I don't want this to be a long screencast. Okay, so when it gets to your last frame, it's going to do that little beach ball. It looks like it's frozen. It's not. It's just, and I'm on a Mac, of course. It's just that it's making the video file. So now go look on your desktop and you can see on my desktop I now have my Scribble Dance rotoscope. I can now, Blender puts in the frame numbers. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that just so you can see it's a lot cleaner. Okay, so there it is. I can now double click it and it's nice and large and I can go ahead and I can watch it. And that's it. And this is what you would turn in to me for class. And you can put this on YouTube and you can share it with other people, and it's all good. Okay, so I hope that helped you out. Again, to get out of this render window, you just press escape and you're back into Blender, and there you go. So I hope this works for you, and contact me with any questions. Good luck.